My name's Chris.
And I'm Kristie.
This is the Washing Up Podcast, and we're a little bit delayed because we had a bit too much fun on Thursday night instead.
Yes, we did Ben instead of the podcast last Thursday night.
Yes, as Kristie just put it, we did Ben instead of the podcast, and...
Whoa, weren't we screaming panna cotta?
Oh, we had a lot of fun. I screamed panna cotta to the heavens. Look, in all honesty, that was far more fun than this is going to be. If you haven't listened to that episode, go and listen to it. We kind of didn't have a problem with doing... the Ben episode instead of the recap because there was a lot of nothing. Like the Derek thing obviously we'll come to in a minute. That became a bit more interesting and exciting, but the first two nights were not quite as interesting, although one of them I will give an absolute 100% pass for not being interesting to.
Absolutely. I was down for Larissa's, strategy game. Fuck it, you're there for a pin. It's a strategic time to do it. And if you're not thinking with your head at this point, then why you're in the competition?
And that was, they were talking about the idea of strategy and they first of all, their bromance with Matt Sinclair was on full display. When Matt Sinclair turned around, they said, if you want anyone to mentor you through this part of the competition, this is the bloke. He didn't win.
He did fuck all, to be quite honest. It was down to Larissa going, you know what? I'm going to pair popcorn with corn and fucking milk and fucking...
We'll come to everything she did, but it was genuinely...
Blackberries...
It was brilliant what she did in terms of the way she put all of her dish together was really creative.
Yep, and she gave Adam De Silva, is that his name?
Yep.
Not even a fucking pinky to stand on. Like he had no legs and was adrift in the wide Sargasso Sea. That's all I'm saying.
So we started off with the first challenge was they got a bit Iron Chef.
Oh yeah, we're not there yet. Oh my God,
No, I know you want to hurry up and get through it, but so we opened up with it. We got a bit Iron Chef,
but not enough for my liking.
No, there was
really.
no other cuisine, and again they could have started the challenge by going bang a gong, we are on, and
no one biting, into a capsicum.
Yeah, Hugaza. Yes, what's going on? He seems to be dicing them very finely. But I mean, the one similarity, of course, between Iron Chef and Masterchef Australia is that Australia's version of Iron Chef is one of the only ones in the world that didn't dub Chairman Karga. No, we used captions, but we didn't dub him. We let him speak.
Oh.
Everywhere else in the world overdubbed Chairman Karga. And the same can be said of George Columbaris. We are the only country on earth that doesn't redo George Columbaris' voice. But we don't even give him credits. We don't even give him subtitles. And that's kind of a problem. I mean, look, this was the first episode that George Columbaris was back on.
And it really isn't that hard. You've got 3 phrases, 30 seconds... Boom, boom, shake the room, and fuck, I love Matt Sinclair.
It's the second one?
Oh, sorry, boom, boom, shake the room.
Yep.
Room.
Or bomb, bomb, shake bomb, shake the room, or boom, boom, shake the rom, which is my personal favourite way to do it. So... They all had to do a different style of cuisine to the secret ingredient, which was Rose Up and Chairman Karga. George...
Piled high in a pyramid form.
Chicken! So they do chicken in different styles. Simon seemed thoroughly confused as to how to cook chicken in a Spanish style.
It was like he was going to do something crazy and zany, like the Spanish have never come across chicken before.
And my big problem...
It's all just chorizo from here to Kingdom Come.
Speak of that, he did use chorizo, and that made me have a bit of a quandary, because on one hand, I'm not the biggest Simon fan on earth, but he was cooking with chorizo.
Exactly.
And so I found myself it was really difficult for me.
Look, I'm coming to terms with Simon. I'm not. I don't think he's the greatest chef on earth, but I'm okay with him. Look at what we've got to play with towards the end, Larissa and Tessa are still my top 2.
Yeah. So in the challenge, look, we can crib note the first challenge. Derek overstretched in a challenge. Shock. I know we're all stunned by this. Christina was there.
She did a roulade. Overcooked roulade, unfortunately. But don't we all overcook roulades when we make them at home?
Oh, all the time. If there's one problem I always have, and you know this, I struggle with overcooking roulade. It's my number one cooking faux pas.
Because you're just there wanting to crisp up that pancetta or bacon or In our case,
I just want to Masterchef it up. I'm trying to Masterchef it up.
I thought my mum was fucking genius when we were younger, and she wrapped bacon around a chicken breast and cooked it. Or chicken thigh.
Did she actually cook the chicken?
Yeah, actually, it was properly cooked. Didn't blow it up, didn't anything. It was, wow.
That is completely outside of your family's brief.
Shit, my brain is remembering shit that my mum cooked well.
It's terrifying. Anyway,
I'd probably eat that again.
So the important thing to come out of that first challenge is that Larissa goes into the immunity challenge.
Yep. What did she cook? What cuisine did she get? Japanese, that's right. She did very well.
We don't even care, to be honest with you. We're really not that fast.
Even when the judges said, you're not going to do well, she's like, yes, I will. And she did. So
we then get to the immunity pin challenge where Adam Silver comes in and Larissa...
He's like, whatever, I'm here.
Larissa proceeds to fuck with everybody. It was genius.
And Matt Sinclair having to follow her around the fucking pantry.
Matt Sinclair had no idea what she was doing. Larissa's like, it's going to work. It's just going to, just trust me on this, it's going to work. And it was only about halfway through where she finally said to the camera, I don't know if he's going to know what to do with it. And when Adam De Silva came out and...
He's got cornflakes.
Yeah, there's corn. There's just corn.
Popcorn.
Yeah. And he comes out and he just stands at the bench and he has this look on his face and he looks and goes, what am I supposed to do with this? And at that moment, Larissa's genius was on full display. Now, I wouldn't have eaten either dish.
No.
They were both horrendous. I would not have touched them. You could not have paid me to touch them. Adam De Silva, by the way... really good. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
Because he's personality plus. He's
lovely.
Really good in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. I like the fact, by the way, that Larissa tried something out of the box. Now, I know some people came back at me and went, yeah, but it's a panna cotta. Well, yes, we all understand that Larissa works within the parameters of a panna cotta.
Yes.
But she tried something in those parameters.
Look, she went for an immunity pin and she played the odds. And not only did she, win it, she also forced the judges to eat 2 dishes featuring corn, popcorn, cornflakes, and blackberries.
The serving of the 2 dishes made the entirety of the episode so worth it. Because, Adam De Silva's dish, they were like, yeah, well, I don't know. And then Larissa's panna cotta turns up. And you've never seen judges more confused. And it was so... Matt Preston in both dishes looked down and went, I don't know if I like this or not. I can't work it out. It's not unpleasant.
No.
But I don't know if I like it. And all of the rest of the judges are like, I don't.
Gary's like, this is the weirdest acai bowl I've ever eaten. There's not even any chia seeds on top.
The tasting of those dishes just made every part of that episode worthwhile.
And for trolling the judges and a chef, we give full credit to Larissa. And Larissa, 5 stars.
Look, Larissa deserved...
We'll recommend.
Larissa 100% deserved to win that immunity pin.
If this was Uber Eats, I'd tip you $5.
It was a boring as all hell challenge.
Yep.
It was a horrible meal. But at this stage of the competition, you only have to beat the person in front of you.
Yep.
And she did. And furthermore... bonus marks, Larissa, because you did something so fucking weird, Matt Sinclair had nothing to do with it.
Yep.
He just walked around going, I don't.
This isn't fresh seafood, you know me. I'm good with seafood.
Where's the Queensland produce?
Where's the good local Queensland produce? Oh.
From plate to paddock.
But I just fucking, I am so sick of the judges and they're broing out over Matt.
But it's good.
I swear blind he walks into a circle jerk every single time.
But this was good because Larissa just went, fuck this, I'm going to win. Yep. And did. So Larissa wins. Matt tries to claim credit for it. There is no way he can claim any credit for it. This was pure Larissa.
Yep. This is all lady power.
Okay, so let's go to the second night. So the second night.
Yep.
Now...
Toot toot.
The train.
Come on, ride the train.
Get ready. Ride on the train now. Get ready. Now, there's a couple of things we need to...
We're on the QT train.
A couple of things we need to understand with this. The pairings. There were some very...
unfortunate pairings.
I mean, look, the first one that we all have to acknowledge is, of course... Nicotina.
I mean, that was brilliant.
Like, fucking Nicotina. Just Nicotina.
That's fine.
They... Look, the second you knew Nicotina...
It was station at station. At a station.
It really was. Station. There were a few interesting... What you had to do was they had to prepare their meals on the platform. At first, I'm like, oh, cool, they had to cook on the train and have it served by the next... No. They were cooking on a platform each.
Yeah.
And then when the train turned up, they had to run on with their food and serve it. And it was all vegetarian. So the sadness was palpable. But...
I just want to know, why vegetarian? Oh, probably because they couldn't do options, so vegetarian was...
Meat was a problem.
No meat on this train. It's too fancy.
All right, so Nicotina I'm not even really going to mention because Nicotina's dish was perfect. And
I loved what Larissa and Anushka did. And Anushka got a bit shitty about being ordered around by Larissa, but quite frankly, when you've got a woman who's in her stride, just follow. And
not to be too harsh about this, but we've seen both of them try to give orders around a kitchen. Mm-hmm. I'm following Larissa.
Yep. Absolutely.
And Anushka's been flustered the last couple of weeks anyway, and I'll be worried about that. So let's talk about the two...
Can't make a layer cake out of mushrooms.
Let's talk about the two that didn't work, shall we?
Obviously with not this attitude.
Not with that attitude, no.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the two that didn't work.
Yes, okay.
Right, so let's start with Tim and Tessa.
Oh,
which
Tim.
You would have thought, as a super team, that the super team would have been, fine.
Well, let's just think about one choice they made. You've got one fucking sous vide machine. You've got, 30 or 40 people to serve. So what are you going to do? Oh, let's just fucking slow cook some eggs because we haven't had enough of those this week.
All right, so fucking the people from the egg board have got to them.
Uh-huh.
Much like in The Simpsons where they got to Lenny.
Yeah.
As Homer Simpson once famously screamed, I'll get you for this giant egg.
Yeah.
So, Big Egg has been all over this week.
Mm-hmm.
Why Tim and Tessa decided to sous vide eggs is the first question. The second question...
One, you have to crack them. Then you have to put them into the fucking cling wrap.
They shouldn't have taken them out of the cling wrap, by the way. But they should. When they took them out of the cling wrap, they did that way too
early.
There was no need. So, all right, this is one of those rare moments where I vaguely understand food technique. So,
someone has an ANOVA.
I might have an ANOVA.
Someone uses an ANOVA a lot.
So let me just explain the concept of the what they were doing with the sous vide of the egg. They were sous vide eggs at 62 degrees. And they were going to sous vide them for 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. My first question is why? Because, first of all, it's an hour at 62. Mm-hmm. Secondly, you've got a short amount of time for the challenge.
Yep.
Why are you running the eggs to the absolute last second
and not
with
only
that much time?
You're going to drop the water temperature so quickly by putting that many fucking eggs in.
Yep, so the temperature... And when you use a sous vide, when you use the sous vide, when you put things in, the temperature drops and it takes a little bit of time to stabilise your temperature again. So the problem was that then they turned it up, but they only turned it up to 65. Now, if you go with the Serious Eats and J. Kenji Lopez Alt, and let's face it, you should, because the science of cooking is J. Kenji Lopez Alt's thing and he is fucking brilliant at it. Sous vide eggs, 75 degrees, 12, 13 minutes.
Really?
That's it.
Wow.
75 degrees, about 13 minutes.
Who the fuck at home is busting out the slow-cooked eggs and that's inspired everyone this week?
No, not even slow-cooked eggs. Sous vide eggs.
Sous vide
There's
eggs,
a difference.
Oh, okay.
Right, they could have fucking poached them.
True.
And that would have actually made more sense.
Why not just a fucking soft-boiled egg?
Stop. No, that's logical. Like, they didn't have to crack the eggs. They could have just boiled them in the shell.
They didn't even fucking need eggs. What was their ingredient?
I think it was eggs.
Oh, it was eggs. Okay. I don't know. I just got lost and confused and just not really down for what they were putting up. And I'm just like, Tessa, you're better than this.
So
I blame Tim.
The only thing I do need to mention, I do need to go back briefly to Nicotina.
Yeah?
The pronunciation of the word zucchini.
Zucchini?
No.
What did they
Zucchini. 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 It sounded like a 90s.
A lot.
It sounded like a mid-90s club drop.
Yeah.
It sounded like a mid-90s club drop. Zucchini. Zucchini, zucchini. And you had George and Nicotina all saying it at once. Also, who the fuck was transporting George?
Yeah, he got around.
Was he on the Vespa?
Helicopter Vespa.
I'd like to think it was the Vespa.
Vespa copper.
You know
borrowed
what?
The
Maggie copter. Now, one of the things I will say is that I've never felt sorry for anybody having to eat food in my life, but I felt really bad for Matt and Gary. Because I'm not going to lie, even though Nicotina's dish was good, they all looked a bit insipid and a bit boring and bland, and I would have been getting in the car and driving to McDonald's afterwards. And you could just see, like, they were so disappointed with everything. And then we get to our last dynamic duo. What a tandem. What a tandem.
And Simon.
Derek and Simon. It's just... I've got no words.
It was painful.
Watching those two cook together, look, Anushka and Larissa were great.
Yeah.
And Nicotina were great. So there was no chance that any of the other two teams were going to do anything but. Derek and Simon were meh. They weren't horrible, but
it was
they were
really
meh.
like...
Larissa and Tim.
Yeah.
I was talking about Tessa and Tim were horrible.
It was Derek and Hansel. Not too busy trying to seduce Marsha Brady.
So let's get into the only episode that everybody actually cares about, which is the auction.
Yes.
So the auction. I love the auction. I'm a big fan of the auction. Here's the problem. The auction went for fucking far too long.
The auction took longer than the cook.
You know why? Because unlike every other year, the strategy went out the fucking window, and Tessa in particular decided to auction all of her fucking time for herbs. There was no fucking point. Was it 35 minutes?
She was in such a good position because Derek had gone, I bet on the eggs and I'm not sure why.
He bid the eggs, yeah, and then went, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. And as it turns out, he didn't know what he was going to do with them.
He's like, I've never been to an auction before. Could you imagine if his first auction was to Kristie's, he'd be coming home with like an antique suit of armour that he's just
as worn at the Battle of Hastings.
Yeah, that he's paid like far too much by it. Like the guy's going, I'm looking for $25 or £25, and Derek Zoolander's just gone £300, and they're like, I was just looking for £300. Sold. It's yours.
The person who's auctioned it comes running out and grabs the gavel. Sold. So he'd never been at an auction before. He bid on the eggs, and then went, I don't actually know what I'm going to do with eggs.
Him on Bargain Hunt.
Oh god. Fabergé eggs appear. Derek's just yes.
I just smelled so badly. That's hilarious.
Derek on Bargain Hunt.
Now you're dealing with Dickinson.
No bullshit. Oh, God, can you imagine Derek under the mentorship of David Dickinson? Or Tim Wonnacott. I'll take either. Imagine Wonnacott and Dickinson looking over their glasses at Derek as he crazily bids on like one of those those plastic eggs, the ones with the stars and all the shapes inside that you used to get when you were younger.
Yeah.
And there's a carton of eggs and you'd open them up and there's like the shapes. Derek is there bidding £200, all of their budget on these fucking plastic eggs, and Wonnacott or Dickinson are just over the glasses.
Are you sure you want to be? Yeah, these are really cool, dude.
Then he gets them. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to fucking do with the eggs.
And then all of us Twitter people from Masterchef watch, and we just appropriate the veneer from Frasier.
Veneer! By the way, it was so nice to see the Frasier tweets come back. It was so good. So Derek bid on eggs and couldn't work out why he bid on eggs, and it kind of sums up much of Derek's night. He couldn't work out why. So the fish, Tessa got a really good deal on the fish.
Yep, she certainly did.
She also saved the fish from a fate worse than death.
She was in such a great position. She had citrus. She had fish. Mm-hmm. She could have gone with the fucking belladonnas or whatever they were, like the capsicums and stuff. And it wouldn't have... The nightshades. It wouldn't have mattered.
But the thing was, like, she saved the fish from a fate worse than death.
Going to Simon.
Because Simon was the one bidding. And Simon was going to get them. But then when Tessa went to peel the dory, skim the dory...
She was just channeling Simon.
She was channeling Simon.
But to be honest... She would have done like 300 times better a job than Simon.
100%.
He would have just like set up the candles again and started ritualistically sacrificing it to his devil gods.
So like Simon went really stupid with some of his bids, and I'm like, oh well, there we go. That's gonna save Tessa. And then the herbs came up, and Tessa went nuts.
Hold my beer.
Oh fucking hell. And so we got into the cook, and then Tessa suddenly realised that she might have left herself a bit short on time.
Whoopsies, I've only got, 50 minutes?
Well, yeah, but then she spent forever trying to skim the dory.
Oh, my God.
Therefore, when she spent forever trying to skim the dory, she found herself with...
Just keep scanning, just keep scanning, just keep scanning.
It was going to be... The thing was, it was going to take 20 minutes to cook, and she worked that out...
3:23, Wallaby Place.
And she worked it out. At about 25 minutes to go, she worked out that she didn't actually have enough time to cook it.
But you know what? We're going to fucking stick to baking it anyway.
So let's talk... Look, we're not even going to bother with the others because they don't really matter. This was a two-person challenge, realistically.
Uh-huh.
So, Derek decides that he's going to take these delicate quail eggs...
And put him in a tortellini.
He's going to do a tortellini. So...
Quail egg tortellini.
Have you ever done this before, Derek?
No.
Okay. Are you good with eggs, Derek?
No.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You know, now you understand you've only got this number of eggs. Yep. I can do this, right? First one, splits. Second one, splits.
No. First one goes into the tortellini and it's fine until he fucking wraps the tortellini.
That's right, and then he splits it.
Because guess what?
Jim hands.
Like, he may as well have just said, I'm going to do it in a fucking... What's the one that's like the little ears? Like, just put it on there and just squish it down because... That's as smart as it was doing a fucking tortellini.
So, puts the first one in and, yeah, he smashed it. The second one doesn't work. Third one doesn't work. Fourth one works. And he's like, oh, I've got one, but I've only got a couple of yolks left.
And at that point, he's like... Before then, he's gone, oh, maybe I'll do a ravioli instead.
Does the next one, and they realise that they're down to just the exact number. And at that point, George Columbaris comes over.
Uh-huh.
Now, I had a bit of a problem with this.
Yeah.
He looks at him and goes... This isn't working, man. You need to stop and you need to do something else. Mm. Why at this stage of the competition in an elimination are they coming over at that point and rather than letting him go, are they telling him, stop, do something else?
Like the week before.
They weren't wrong, 100%. They were right. You should never have done it in the first place.
Yeah.
But you don't guide him.
Let him die on that hill. He's picked that hill. He's been warned. He's been forewarned. And he's dying on that hill. And
so
you know
at that point, he made a simple pasta, a fettuccine.
Yep.
I hope he had a good pasta recipe for it. And then once he's done that, he decided to put a duck egg on top of it.
Yep.
Now, I want to sort of think of the flavour profile of that and how absolutely delicious, no wait, what's the other word I'm looking for? Atrocious. That would be if you were in a restaurant and someone served you fettuccine and put a duck egg in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was on no planet ever going to be a dish.
No.
But it then just came down to a simple matter of did Tessa cook her fish or not?
Yep.
And they sold it like she hadn't, and they showed you the pink side of it.
Pink on the bone there.
And look, to be honest with you, there was legitimately every chance that she had undercooked it because she left it so damn late.
Yeah.
Then they opened it, and then they cut the fish, and they broke the fish open, and it fell off the bone beautifully, and it was cooked.
Thank
and the second,
fuck. Don't do that again, Tessa. Not happy.
The second the fish was cooked, it was over. So, Derek, unfortunately, Mr. Zoolander's time is at an end.
Exactly.
Oh.
Not yoking.
Oh.
These are his tweets.
I know.
I had an excellent... No, maybe that wasn't such an excellent idea. Blah, blah, blah. Shell. Crack.
Shell company. Anyway, so that was kind of it. And I know everyone's going, hang on a minute, what do you mean? We did tell you this was only going to be a quick recap.
Yeah.
Because we got into all the really good stuff the other day when we gave you an hour and a half of Ben. And trust me, regardless of anything we recorded tonight, the hour and a half of Ben from the other night
is what makes the world
is
go round.
Far more worth it than this. So this is just to get us back up to speed with where we are. Obviously, the drinking game is out tonight. Tonight is the start of Western Australia week. So look out for a whole pile of Western Australian things. Marin is on the drinking game card. Look out for that.
I really do feel like Masterchef are trolling us.
Look out for them to be shilling the new Optus Stadium while they're there, talking about what a wonderful place it is. Look out for the sporting cliches too. I wonder if Matt will again reveal what the big game is. He's at a stadium.
He is.
If there's one place you're going to find out what the big game is, it's a stadium. Anything else you want to mention before we're done?
No.
No? Good, because I got chicken wings in the oven. So until tomorrow night.
Indeed.
I'm still Chris.
I'm still Kristie.
We'll catch you all then.
Toot toot.